Organizations win championships. A Chicago Bulls podcast with Jason and Dan Bernstein on 312 Sports.
It's OWC on 312 and the Bulls. Look at this. You want a Bulls number for you, 23 and 23. They sit exactly at the 500 mark, ninth in the NBA East, where they love to be. And the Bulls right now are 22nd of 30 in overall net rating. Dan Bernstein, Jason Bernstein. And before we get started with Bulls stuff, I wanted, and I have no idea what your memories of Terry Boers might be. But before we dive into some of the Bulls stuff, I'm just curious. You are 21 years old and really didn't grow up a listener to Boers and Bernstein.
No, I grew up a listener to you, and I met Terry a few times, obviously, more than a few times. And something that I remember was, do you remember that day when it was the hockey game and then my clarinet solo recital?
Oh, I remember. I talked about it at your bar mitzvah.
And so in between a 4-3 hockey game against, what was it, the Joliet Jaguars with those?
Yeah, with
that
the
one
brawl.
big
And that,
dude.
you know what, and that was that wasn't that far from Terry's house, because that was down at Arctic in Orland
we went
Park.
to Terry's house after so I could shower.
That's right.
Yes.
I forgot that.
Yes. And we hung out with Terry for a little while.
I forgot we called Terry because you had to change.
I had to change. We brought a change of clothes, and we had to go
to Wheaton.
To Wheaton. Yeah.
We had to drive from Orland Park from your playoff hockey game.
Yeah.
We had to drive to Wheaton for you to do this solo judged clarinet recital.
Yeah, but you forgot that we stopped at Terry's
I
house?
did.
That's
I
why I'm
did.
talking about it.
We totally blanked on that.
And we just hung out with him for a bit, and obviously that was a long time ago. I don't want to say that because, you know, for you it was probably the blink of an eye, but for me it really does feel like a long time ago. It hasn't really, time hasn't really become quick until I was in high school, I would say.
Just you wait.
Yeah, I know, but college feels fast. I'll say that. College feels fast, which sucks. And we just hung out with Terry for a while, and every next thing was just a joke. It's every single time. It's not.
Wasn't
like,
he watching college football?
Yes, of course he was.
Yes.
It's not like us where we just don't shut up and really annoy people, which is probably why he lampooned you all the time, and probably why everyone hated you and nobody hated him. Or I should say hates you, because there are a lot of people out there that hate you, and probably me vicariously through you. Or if they just think I'm an idiot, fine. You don't care. God, I sound like you. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, it's your curse, and you're gonna have to bear that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
bear.
No undoing that.
And with him, every next word is a joke that makes you laugh. And I think that was the first time I heard about the monkeys, about the Sikh monkey.
You know, because I went into the basement and went looking for them.
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to find them.
Right. And you're right. And he was just so funny and so nice and so smart. And when I hear stories about how he was such a big name within the reporting world, and like as a beat writer, as
Bulls
someone
stuff.
who's
he was the Bulls guy.
Yeah. And as someone who's doing, I mean, obviously for Tulane basketball, it's a little bit different. It's not as high stakes. But as someone who has an opportunity to go into that arena, literally and figuratively, and obviously it's, I want to say thanks to you, but something that is coming up for me that was not through you that I'm very excited for, and it should theoretically give us some good content for the podcast. It's a lot of basketball.
Have you talked to them recently about this stuff?
After Super Bowl weekend is when it's gonna that's really when it's gonna start and pick up. because they're just having difficulties launching the website. Anyway, and when I hear stories like that about how big of a name he was in that industry, and now I'm the college kid that would be looking up to somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool to see, and we still reference his, Terryisms all the time. We say Dan Terry all the time because it's Dan and Terry. He didn't say that, but
Hello, Dana. That's all Terry.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course. Chicago Bull Ticket.
There's so much that you grew up with aspects of my sense of humor that in large part came from him too.
Exactly. That's just what I was going to get into is that some of the things that you learn from him have been in my sense of humor for as long as I can remember. And just one more thing, we always, it's going to be tough now because when I just go crack, give me crack, I do that all the time.
Why?
Because I hear it, it's just funny because you say butt crack a lot, and every single time I hear that, I just think of crack, give me crack.
It was also when
by cracky
when mom was playing mahjong. One of the suits in mahjong is crack. I think it's short for something, but when they're like bidding or whatever they do or putting melds down, I don't even know what it is.
Hit me with some crack.
They do that. You hear the tiles coming down, and they'll say like 3 crack or 4 crack, and every day, even if there's a game here and I'm in another room,
you'll just be doing a crossword puzzle. Crack.
You'll hear me yell it from wherever.
And I guarantee you, all of her friends look at her and just go, "Who the fuck did you decide to marry?"
And what's up with your child too if you're yelling it? Because
well, I'm not here. they can't. I might get some sort of signal that in my I might get some echolocation that you screamed crack during a game of mahjong.
Yes,
and I might
so
just
funny.
I'll be sitting in the middle of a Spanish class. I'll be doing an oral exam, and I'll just be yo tengo unos golf clubs, and then I'll do yo tengo un crack. And yeah, it's just we'll miss him. It's and I think this segment just in itself has showed that something you said on the air yesterday, which good for you for taking that for doing that. I think you had to, just because you can't think of Boers without thinking of your ugly ass face. And you said it well in that whenever you're like, damn, like that really sucks, one of the Terryisms will just pop in your head and you'll just start cracking up.
He makes it hard to be sad.
Crack.
He makes it very hard to be sad.
And yeah, and I don't want this to feel like another thing for you, because you've been mourning and you've been doing a lot of stuff. You did an episode on Unfiltered, and you went on The Score yesterday, and so I don't want to make this feel like you have to keep talking about it.
I put it out there for you. Go ahead.
And so we'll miss him, and just what a dude. He's a Chicago radio. He's a Chicago legend. Mm-hmm. He's a Chicago legend,
and he's a sports radio legend outside of Chicago too.
And you might be, but you've had some issues.
Stop. Everybody's got issues. I thanks for reminding me of that, though. Thank you because I always think about that day, and I remember talking about it.
I can't believe you completely forgot.
I completely blanked that. I completely forgot, but I remember that, and because Terry came.
That was
to your bar mitzvah,
right after his retirement, right?
Yeah, I think
it was like the year he retired,
and Terry was there. Terry came to your bar mitzvah.
Yeah,
of
course he was.
Yeah, that's great.
And you forgot to mention him in the speech, you dummy.
Well, that wasn't really part of the speech. Was about you.
This one's about him.
Correct. That day's speech was about you and what a special day it was for you.
I look back at pictures and I don't even recognize myself.
I know. Like I say, enjoy stuff when you can because of how fast time goes.
Yeah,
it's a good lesson.
Yeah, I remember in 6th grade, my teacher, Mr. Anderson. Every single time I said that name, you just went
Mr. Anderson.
But I remember it's 6th grade science, as the first day of the year, he just said, And it was like some real adult shit. And he just goes, being in 6th grade, especially because in Chicago with the 7th grade system where you have to get straight A's and it's high stress in order to get into high school, you have to test into high school.
Yep.
So I don't want to say it's a college-like process, obviously very different, but you get a little
It's
glimpse
harder
into
than
that.
college.
The process?
It's harder.
The process is probably harder in college.
The city of Chicago, the CPS selective enrollment,
It's ridiculous.
it's harder than college.
You don't have to write essays or anything like that.
It doesn't matter, but the number of choices. For college, there's all kinds of choices and different. There's small schools and large schools.
This is against the point though. But
Yeah.
In 6th grade, Mr. Anderson said, when you're in 6th grade, this is your last year being a kid. Like being a kid, where you don't really have any responsibility or too much stress. All you got to do is get your homework done. And I never really thought about it until, I don't want to say until I got older. I'm 21. I'd like to hope I got a lot of life ahead of me. And so when he said that, and now I think back on it, I'll never forget that. And he was damn right.
Mm-hmm.
He was damn right, and he said, "Enjoy it." And
Good advice.
I don't. As a 6th grader, it's probably tough to hear that because you still think you're a kid. And now that I'm in college, it's like, yeah.
Well, I still think I'm a kid.
I'm looking for a house next year for school. Dan isn't kicking me out yet, although not a bad idea.
No, be nice. Let's take care of your sister first.
I got.
As
long as she's there, I don't have to do anything.
One kid at a time. Let me handle one kid at a time.
You guys are here for the Bulls. Let's get into the Bulls.
Yeah, let's do that. The Bulls are 23.
I was just going to say they're 23 and 23. You said, 22nd in net rating, which I feel like you've said for the past 70 episodes of this show. And not much is changing. It's really nice to see Giddey back. And even in limited minutes, he just makes such an impact on the team. He makes everyone around him better. And I like the way Modest has been playing a lot. I think what has been really surprising to me about Modest in this recent stretch is that even if he's not shooting well or scoring, he's been shooting better. Mm-hmm. It seems like his three is falling a lot more and he looks more confident. He is his scoring and just his output is much more consistent than it was earlier in the year. It used to be 25 or 7 points. It's at least 15 a game now, or 13. So I really like to see that out of him, especially a young player, is if he can get to a level of consistency this early in his career, the arrow's pointing up for him right now. And it has been, but I think this is a huge step that happened. I don't want to say it happened yet because we're still early. It's before the trade deadline. But it's good things are coming for him, I think.
We will remember the win over the Timberwolves as the last Trey Jones game for a while because we found out after that he suffered what is a strained... Remind me.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's on here. I'm just trying to raise it. I believe it's hamstring or it's calf.
Hamstring.
It is hamstring,
which is better than calf. You don't want a calf injury because whenever I hear strained calf, I think Achilles, and so
that's why the league has been super careful with it. But that was a really solid win by the Bulls that surprised me. I did not see it coming.
I didn't think they were winning at all.
I did not see the game by Naz Reid coming. That guy was just unbelievable, and Julius Randle was sensational. But Anthony Edwards in that game, they kept him down to 9 of 25 and 1 of 8 from 3-point range.
A huge win.
Yes, and that was a surprising big win for them on the road to accomplish that. And the Bulls remain, every time it seems that we do a show that they're coming off of a terrible stretch and they're like, oh, they're bad, they got to trade everybody, what are they doing? And then they find it again for a few games. And then we say, well, hey,
no, they should still trade guys.
Of course.
I don't want to say anything.
Of course they should. But then came the Celtics game, and There was our guy. We were sort of trading our headlines at the end. I said Ginger snaps the net for the win.
I texted you in all caps, red velvet.
But
something like that.
I think you did.
Or no, I said don't hurt him, Kev.
That's what you did.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
And it was Derrick Rose night.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
D-Rose Selly, like the I'm too cool for this. God, it looked so cringy with a white dude doing it though.
Well, so what did you want to do? It was still
or
nice.
Maybe it was the tattoos or something. Good for him. You're Kevin Herter, man. You can be excited. You're not Derrick Rose. But I get I don't know. I'm sure he was trying to. I'm sure he was trying to emulate the Derrick celebration in 2015.
I'm not mad at him. He was trying to make
it
not about him.
I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
I just think it's hilarious.
What did you think of all of the pomp and circumstance around Derrick Rose? What did you think of because he was a lot more your guy than my guy.
Yeah.
And that whole event, the whole event was much more for you than it was for me. So I'm just wondering what you think about how Rose comported himself and what the ceremony was like.
I think what I liked most was when Luol was talking, and I think that was the most other than Derrick's speech. Obviously, I think that was the most emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Luol and Taj were great. Joakim's always great. Thibs is Thibs. I mean,
he looked awesome. Didn't he look healthy and happy and well rested and thin? Yeah.
But if somebody comes calling, he'll take that job.
Of course.
And he should. However, I think that I think it was Luol who said, when he pointed at the banner when it was still covered and said, "That's our championship." Like, we didn't win a championship together, but that's our championship right there. I think that it really that line, as much as it's cliche, it really hit me because that was my era of, that's when I started to watch the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he said that, it kind of made me think of the what if he didn't get hurt. And it also it just showed that somebody could make it. I think it's just symbolic, and Chicago kids my age or even Gen Alpha, in Chicago, I would sincerely hope they know who Derrick Rose is, because people born in 2016, his last year with the Bulls, are now turning 10 years old this year. Wow. Which is ridiculous to think about. Yeah. And so I hope that 10-year-olds in Chicago know who Derrick Rose is, and especially people that are underprivileged and from the South Side, and because he is emblematic of all of that. He went to Simeon. He's from the South Side. He's from Englewood, and they can look up at that banner and say that I don't know if that's my goal, because that's a pretty I don't want to say outlandish, because I think kids should dream big, and
it's a dream is what it is.
Yeah, it's a dream. I had a dream to be, an MLB pitcher after you told me I have a good arm, or those kids in New York did. But that
got a good arm.
That was short lived.
No, it wasn't. You're still good.
It was short lived until I realized that I was Jewish and I couldn't do the Javier Baez cross before I went to the plate.
Yeah, but it wasn't Javier Baez. You were impersonating Alfonso Soriano, I think.
No. It was with the Angels. It was definitely it might have been Castro. It was one of the Cubs middle infielders.
Yes, when you crossed yourself before going to the plate,
because I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
that was
hilarious.
And then,
that was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, that's it. So once that happened, I knew my baseball dreams were over.
Like, that isn't just a thing that baseball players do. There's something behind that. You should probably
another baseball. Does this cake smell funny? I was got on that one by.
Yep, that was the same year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was the same season.
Yeah,
they shoved the cupcake in your face. Yes. Before we talk about the game against the Lakers and everything in there, because I want to get to that, but I've got a separate subject I want to discuss.
Okay, fine. I was just going to say Io's been great. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, and if you got to move him, if you can get a first-round pick, you have to. There's an imperative here. Yeah. You've got all these guys.
So good.
You can't get nothing for something.
He is a perfect deadline acquisition for a high-level contender. Like, the Thunder. He would be perfect. Oh, they have so many guys, but he would be perfect on a team like that. You know, if he were to take the role of, I don't want to say take the role of Casey Wallace because he's awesome, but a team like that, or Denver, or any of these teams, really.
So before I get to my Lakers point, as you're talking about trades, I wanted to bounce some names off of you because our guy Cowley at the Sun-Times is reporting that the Bulls office remains active in trade talks as of yesterday, Tuesday. So with Kobe White is the piece most often discussed. And I guess that, you know, I'm adding here that it makes sense because he might be, because his ability to just put the ball in the basket, you know what you get right away with him.
I'm out of here.
And he said
nothing's, I love him, but
yeah, but nothing's imminent. But AK is looking to conduct business. So the ongoing issue is that he's trying to walk a tightrope, trying to deal a player like White on an expiring deal for young talent.
And also compete and make the playoffs.
No, he's saying what he's saying is with this young talent that's on the same timeline as Giddey and Modis.
I don't think Kobe's on the same timeline as those guys.
Age-wise.
No, he was drafted in 2019.
Don't worry about when he's drafted. What's his age?
Kobe White.
Look. Say no, don't worry about White. To deal a player for talent.
Okay.
Dealing for talent that's on the same timeline as Giddey and Buzelis. So here are some names, and I just want you to give me.
Jalen Johnson, please. No,
we have not rehearsed this. I would just want your first blush when I say the name,
like first word or phrase reaction.
Is there a positive or a negative feeling about this player?
Like a one word or one phrase.
Just your honest feeling. You're not limited to anything.
Okay, I don't want to do the Charles Barkley. I have two words for you: Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Must see TV. That's 8 words, Chuck. Okay, Nash and Paul. That's 3 words, Chuck. One of the funniest clips of all time.
Or I think it was Les Grobstein who said the weather, in one word, bone-chilling cold. So here is...
Cold. Okay.
Right, just say cold. Are you ready? I'm just going to give you a name, and you give me your thoughts. I'm not going to... I don't have the actual deal. Or just the name.
Yes,
ready?
Got it, yeah.
Reed Shepherd.
Too small. He's too small.
Yeah, he's
too small.
So Reed Shepherd is just too small.
Yeah, he was the 3rd overall pick in the draft. They got Modis 11th. I'm very happy to have Modis over Reed Shepherd. Are you kidding me?
Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, he can shoot. And my sweet mate who is in the other room is a Kentucky guy, and he's like, yeah, Reed Shepherd's too small. And he was good in college, but he never thought he would be like a great NBA player.
Okay. Tari Eason.
Yeah, like him. I know they have a lot of wings, but I like Tari Eason a lot. And I guess I don't know what the Rockets are looking for. Maybe they're looking for like just to win now. Like I don't know if Tari Eason's undisciplined, but I know he tweeted something at Draymond one time, and he can be a little bit of a hothead sometimes. But I like his game.
Is it LSU?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Dillingham.
Sure. Give him a shot. Yeah. He's small too, and he's in that same draft, but you look at a guy like Bones Highland, who I think is also on the T-Wolves right now, and he reminds me of Highland, but I think he has a higher ceiling, and because I think he can be more than just a create for oneself scorer. I think he can be a better passer, and I think that's an upside play. If is the next name like Terrence Shannon Jr. or something?
Yes, it is.
I would also because that would be included in that package, and so I think that I would like Terrence Shannon Jr. as well. I think that's cool. I don't like Reed Shepherd at all. So if Kobe White that would be Kobe White included in a package for Eason and Shepherd versus Shannon and Dillingham. I'm taking the T-Wolves are out all day, 7 days a week, 365.
It would probably be one, and I mean they're draft picks and a name of some kind. I don't want to. I think, as always happens, the Bulls overrate their own players. They just do. They just think their players are worth more than the market thinks they're worth.
See what happens.
and they get embarrassed about it, and then they pull back and they don't make these. He's like, we can't trade this guy we drafted, we developed,
I don't care if you draft and develops.
And the rest of the league makes a point like, look, he's not as good as you think he is.
It doesn't matter I understand draft capital, and I understand the idea of developing your own guys and everything like that. But if you can't win a title with your own guys, or you can't win right now with your own guys, get rid of them and get capital, or get young players with high upside that don't have much of an opportunity right now, suck for the rest of the year, and get a high draft pick. Then you can go to that philosophy of let's go with homegrown talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So you can't really say we love developing our own guys and then don't go and get anyone or get any draft capital, is what I'm trying to say. Because the more draft capital you get, the more opportunities you have to hit on a couple of these draft picks and say, we're good, we have homegrown talent. And you look at some of the guys that were really making an impact on the Bulls early and right now. Josh Giddey, trade. Trey Jones, trade. Zach Collins, trade. Jalen Smith has been great.
Ooh,
free agency.
So good, yes.
Free agency. I think Kobe's been good, but we kind of expected that he's been good. Ayo is the only, and Modest, obviously. Ayo and Modest are really the only two guys, and forgive me if I'm missing one, and you can correct me if you'd like. Those are the only two guys where I'm like, okay, I understand the whole homegrown thing, but I wouldn't mind getting rid of Ayo. I'd keep Modest and Giddey right now.
Well, wait. Don't phrase it like that. Don't say getting rid of.
Sorry. Trading
for because you don't mean that. But you mean
not getting rid of
parting with in an effort to be a champion.
Exchanging.
Just because the way the contracts are setting up. It is imperative to move Vooch. If there's one that I don't care what the cost is.
I don't care what if anybody calls and asks about Vooch, pick it up, say yes.
Done. Because I also think the team has got to learn how to play without relying on him. I think the defense is so much better without him.
Jalen Smith has been defending really well too.
He's been,
and that's another name that could be included in trade talks because his value is high right now.
So against the Lakers, there are a bunch of things going on in that game that I found really, really interesting. The Bulls never really caught fire. I kept thinking they would get over their situation.
They were okay.
But it looked like they were standing around like, oh, that's LeBron James, and look at that's Luka. By the way, oh my God, is he good? He's so good. He is the passes.
I can't. I'm so sorry. What? I'm gonna swear, but what in the fuck was Dallas thinking?
I don't know.
Like still to this day, it's been damn near a year.
Yeah.
I can't. It's the most ridiculous, stupid, brainless move of all fucking time.
Well,
and the things that you worried about conditioning, how's Anthony Davis working out for you? He gained like 15 pounds since going there, and he's glass. He's hurt all the time. And as Anthony Edwards put best when he heard about the news and about why they traded him, he's like, I don't care how fat he is. He's scoring 40 points a game.
Yep, it reminded me of the criticism, I believe at the time during the Civil War, of Ulysses S. Grant. And apparently he was drinking a lot. And
what a guy.
They brought it to Lincoln, and they said to Lincoln, we might have an issue with General Grant. And he said something to the effect of, find out what he drinks and send a bottle of it to all of my generals.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
like in MLB The Show, if you get brand named equipment on the show, you get +8 power or something like that. It's like the food that Luka was eating was giving him all these abilities.
Whatever it was,
whatever Ulysses was drinking.
He's in better shape though. Luka is undoubtedly in better shape.
Terry's been drinking. You
don't fuck with Uncle. Yeah.
They're different Uncle Terry.
What could the lesson of that story possibly be?
Different Uncle Terry here.
If you have never watched the Norm Macdonald Uncle Terry joke, Look it up. It's worth your time.
Norm Macdonald is just
Also in that Laker game, the Jackson Hayes dunk
yeah. He does that once a year.
between the legs.
Oh yeah. Oh,
in a game.
Windmills. Yeah.
Windmills different.
I think I've seen him do that before. With
I
the
don't
Pelicans.
know that I've
I've seen him do that.
Between it, jump in the air, ball between the legs, and dunk in a game. You sure? Are you sure?
I think he did it against Milwaukee when he was with the Pelicans.
Okay.
Let me see.
Because I'm in a game. Maybe Vince Carter did that in a game, but I'm not even sure of that. I never saw that in the CBA. I mean, I saw some wild ass dunks before in basketball games. I have never seen that in a game. I trust
Jackson
you.
Hayes said that he admits he thought he would miss the dunk, but he was just doing it.
That was unreal. It was absolutely unreal. And I've got another question for that, but let's talk first about where we're gonna be when we convene next week for this show. And if the Bulls do make moves, by the way, expect OWC that we'll do some
Jackson
one-offs.
Hayes did it against Houston in 2022.
Okay. All right.
I knew he did it on the Pelicans one time.
Thank you.
Yep.
I want to look at what the upcoming schedule is going to look like for the Bulls for the next time that we talk, because we've got the Pacers tonight. The Pacers have beaten the Bulls twice. So there's no gimmies against a team that's that bad. I think they've only won 11. 2 of them are against the Bulls. And then because of the makeup game with the Heat, it's going to be
Heat.
Yeah, it's Heat Thursday, and then at the Heat Saturday, at the Heat Sunday, at Milwaukee Tuesday. And then deadline day is Thursday. After the deadline, they're going to be at the Raptors.
So we're pretty much covering up until the deadline.
And the question is going to be then, does AK use this period of games, this small sample, which he's done before? Remember, after the deadline, he said, I'm going to use the remaining 23 games or 28 games to decide what we're doing for next year. He does this. So this next week could end up, and it makes no sense in the world, but it could be pivotal.
Yeah. And it sucks. I'd rather a front office not be reactive.
No, it's their job to not be.
It's really frustrating because dynasty, I don't want to say dynasties, but especially now with the second apron, it's going to be really hard to have a dynasty and keep guys under contract forever. But in order to have sustained success at a championship level, whether you win every year or not, and I hate to say Denver, but they're atop of the Western Conference often, and they do have a ring to show for it. A team like OKC is going to be on that track because, my God, look at them.
Spurs.
Also want to mention Victor Wembanyama. Hell yes.
Oh, go if you get the chance.
Watch his interview.
Today's DBU. We opened with that 80 seconds of Victor Wembanyama. It was the lead to today's DBU.
It's something Pop would be proud of.
Wemby.
It's like he's like on that Tim Duncan Pop, pipeline. It's like it never ended. And he also just happens to be the most talented player, the most naturally gifted player with the most amount of skill for how big he is. Terribly phrased. I suck.
Yeah, I think you're going to want to reworkshop that one.
He's a unicorn.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't matter about that, though. What matters is what he said, because he's a citizen of Earth, and he's allowed to have these thoughts, and good for him. And whether it is Breanna Stewart or John Randall or Wemby or Tyrese Halliburton,
I saw that
or Steve Kerr, from whom we expected.
Steve Kerr should be president.
Just the fact that he said what he had to say in the way that he did is understood, and I felt it was my responsibility to amplify that. I'm
just saying from a personal perspective. I think what Wemby said was well said, and I'm happy that he did that. And I always love seeing NBA players or professional athletes use their platform for the greater good. And yeah, I'm happy to see that. And back to basketball, the show you were looking for. This isn't DBU. This is OWC.
All right. So this is the question.
Yeah.
LeBron. I texted you this during the game, and I thought we would save it for right now.
Yeah.
Old LeBron. This is clearly probably it, I think. I thought that was
he was still really good.
I know.
The bounce isn't as much. He's still productive, though.
I know. And he probably could be until he's 50, is the truth. But at some point, it's just enough.
It's insane.
And when you watch his game now, where do you stand? If we have a continuum, on the one far end is cool, and on the other end is corny. Where is the game of old LeBron?
Okay.
Forget any.
And I have a good answer to this.
Okay. Where's old LeBron?
I think objectively he's corny right now. However, one, he's LeBron James, so he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's LeBron James. He can be corny. It's LeBron James. You can't mess with LeBron James. Just you don't.
I'm not.
And two, you have to think about how his son is on the team. He's a dad. He's like he's like doing the dad classic embarrass my kid at the grocery store, except he's doing it on the floor in an NBA game. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
I would do that by screaming onions.
Hold on. Oh, God. So the way I'm thinking about it is it's like you embarrassing me on here. You don't think it's cool. You have fun doing it, but it is corny when you do it.
Right. That's fair.
But I think it's because his son is on the team, or maybe his kids are growing up, and maybe he's doing it to piss off Bronny a little bit, just because that's his kid. He wants to piss him off.
I don't think that's really a lot.
I don't know.
See, for me,
he's still a dad.
It's when he dunked and he threw down one of his dunks, and then he stood and he kind of posed and looked. And he was in front of his own bench, and he looks into the crowd. But that's what. Then I thought about it. Then I thought about it, like, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Like he's entertaining a crowd that's there to see him.
Yeah,
he's
Kobe
in Chicago.
I remember it was it was the 6th year anniversary 2 days ago of Kobe's death. Wow. I remember where I was. Everybody does. I remember where you were.
I don't.
You told me. You were printing out crossword puzzles on the downstairs computer, and you saw it on TMZ or whatever it was, and I came downstairs. But Kobe said, and I think his wife actually said this when they had that event at the formerly known as the Staples Center, when they had that event for Kobe where Jordan spoke and Shaq spoke. She said that the reason why he played through injuries was so people who bought tickets for him to watch him play could see that, because that makes somebody's day. And I think that's what LeBron is doing. And I just think it's I think it's cool.
Okay.
I think it because it's corny. I think because it's corny, it's kind of cool. And also the fact that I am a LeBron Glazer and I have no shame in it. And so my king can do no wrong. I'll just say that.
Don't we have a cousin LeBron Glazer? Or was he not a member of the Glazers? I don't think so.
I don't know. I think we disowned him after he went to Delgado Community College instead of Tulane.
Is that what it was? Okay,
yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, it was John's long lost half brother.
That's going to bring us to the showdown for this episode of Organizations Win Championships. And I think I've got a good one that should be fun. I'm going to let you go first.
Let's hear the music first.
All right. Go ahead.
So, mine's simple. And it's again from the Enjoy B-Ball YouTube crew and podcast. That's Kenny Beecham and all those guys. God, if we could get Kenny Beecham on here, that would be unbelievable. Great Bulls guy. Which players last season I have 5 names here. And if you want teams, I can give them to you. Which 5 players committed the most fouls?
Last year?
Yeah, and all of these guys are 230 and above fouls in 82 games. That's a lot of fouls.
Committed the most fouls last year.
Yeah. And I can give you teams if you'd like.
Let me just first start. I would think, again, the overriding correlation is going to be minutes.
Minutes and playing every game.
That's what I mean. Like it's going to be it's durability and it's minutes. So it's going to be all really good players.
I wouldn't say any.
It's going to be
there are a few all-stars on this list, and one that hasn't. One guy should be this year, or I wouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't say should be. He's kind of borderline. The other guy just plays a lot of minutes and might be in the future. But there are some all-stars here for sure. 5
players who commit the most fouls.
Yes. Sir.
So one that I'm thinking would be probably some stars who are not considered good defenders. So I would guess Luka.
No.
Is Jokic on there?
No, but there's somebody kind of close to Jokic in play style on here.
Kind of close. Is it Sengun?
Correct. Alperen Sengun is at 242.
Yeah, because
Good job. Not a great defender.
No, not athletic.
And he plays a lot. So
how about Vooch?
Nope.
Okay, so Sengun
Vooch just got dunked on every time.
That's true. He's not up in the air enough to foul anybody.
Who was it last season that absolutely was it Paolo that dunked on? Somebody dunked on him last year. And I just remember we couldn't stop laughing.
Well, remember, wasn't it Vooch who dunked on Pau Gasol?
Yeah, it was Vooch who dunked on Pau Gasol.
When Gasol had the falling like a tree out of bounds?
Yeah. What goes around comes around. You pass the torch.
So Sengun is one.
Yeah.
So it's somebody who's on the floor a lot, but isn't a great. How about like Lou Dort?
No, but in that same vein, it's another guy you don't really like for similar reasons.
Jalen Duren?
Jalen Duren is second with 251.
Okay. But that shows me I'm more right than maybe you think.
Yeah.
About how grabby he is.
Oh, he is.
How physical and grabby he is.
Did you see Did you see the thing with Dort last night?
Yes.
Ugh.
Right.
And I know Fears talks to a lot of people, but he doesn't foul. I didn't like it.
No, and I don't like guys who do stuff like with the legs and the ankles and the knees and all that, like pushing a guy's shoulder.
That's what Duren. I don't think Duren does stuff with the knees.
No,
he does more
Dort
shoving.
does though.
Dort does, yeah.
Dort does. I do not like that.
So you got 2.
How about? What about is Scotty Barnes on there?
No.
Okay.
It's not a bad name, though.
No, it's just I'm trying to think of guys who.
Here, I'll say 2 of these guys are elite defenders. One of them is not.
Caruso.
No. All either forwards or big men. Like, I would say 6'8" and above.
Gobert.
No, but decent name.
I'm trying to think of these of like strong. How about Lopez?
Mm-mm. The best name on this list is the guy that isn't the great defender. He's not a terrible defender, but he's not known for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be just throwing
Do you want
darts
teams?
here. Yeah, that'll help.
All right, number 1 with 257 fouls is a Memphis Grizzly. Number 3 with 249 is a New York Knick. And number 5 with 230 is a Portland Trailblazer.
Oh,
when I was watching the video, I thought it was a different Portland Trailblazer.
When you were watching the video?
Mm-hmm. It's on a video. That's where
I'm trying to remember who's on Portland. On Memphis. It's not Edie, is it?
He was in the quiz last week. A very easy hint right there.
He was in It was the defensive player. We were talking about guys with the steals.
Come on, man. He deserves more respect from you.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yes, Jaren Jackson Jr. led the league in fouls last year.
Okay,
But you're right with a guy that's just on the floor a lot. Yeah.
And then the Knicks and Portland.
Knicks you should get. This is probably the best player on this list.
The best player on the list
yeah.
from the Knicks. Cat?
Karl Anthony Towns with 249, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, big, slow of feet. Yeah.
The last
when he wants to be quick, he can be. Last one in
tough.
Portland, I'm probably not going to get. Go ahead.
I thought it was going to be DeAndre Ayton. It was not.
Because he's a Laker now.
Well, I said it's last season.
Right, I know.
Tumani Kamara with 230.
Good defender, though.
He's just so handsy.
Yeah,
That's
really good
very
defender.
Elite defender.
And you know what's interesting, too? Kamara defends almost like a fighter.
People call JJ Redick called him a banshee.
Yeah, because he's.
Although I don't know, like.
But that's the guy you want at the top of a 1-3-1.
Yeah.
Like back when teams used to do that. Like that is exactly the prototype of a guy you'd want at the top of a 1-3-1. Just disruptive, can jump passing lanes. Yeah, good. Tumani Kamara. Okay.
Good player.
All right, your turn. Your turn now.
All right.
In the last game, we know that Kobe White passed Kirk Heinrich.
Yep.
For third place all time in three-pointers made on the Bulls. Kirk Heinrich is at 1,049. Kobe White, after that game, is now at 1,052. And soon, if he stays with the Bulls, he will pass Zach LaVine, who's the leader, at 1,130.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, and I thought that I would call this up. Where do you think Kobe White ranks on the list of all-time three-pointers made in NBA history by former North Carolina Tar Heels?
Ooh, okay.
Where is he on this is the all-time list.
Can I just try to get like a top 5 or something? Do you have that on you?
I have the top 50. Well, there's a bunch of zeros on here.
But going down to number 1.
Going down to one three-pointer made. There's 70 in the history of the NBA.
Is Danny Green number 1?
Danny Green is number 2.
Harrison Barnes.
Number 3. And active.
Number 1's active?
No. So Harrison Barnes is number 3 and active. He's the next active ahead of Kobe White. But he's
Vince Carter.
Number 1.
Just because he played for
number
so long.
1. But
wow.
maybe
How
if you were
about this?
So Vince Carter is at 2,290.
Marvin Williams.
Marvin Williams is 8th.
All right. Is Kobe below that?
No, he's not.
Wow. Is he 7th?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Very good. Kobe White at
right.
1050. Marvin Williams is at 1,046.
Jordan, because I think he's above Kobe, right? Or no?
Jordan.
No, he's not.
Jordan is 17th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jordan only made 581.
Is James Worthy there? I know it's not the right era.
Hold on. James Worthy is 30th. James Worthy made 117 threes.
Wow. Okay. Let me cook.
So
here.
I mean, you got it. Do you want to find out who 4, 5, and 6 are?
I'm trying now. I'm going for brownie points here.
Okay.
The Marvin Williams poll is pretty.
That's pretty good.
Right
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Very good. Ooh. Or you could just name the actives. That would be easy because they're all on here.
Well, I mean, Justin Jackson isn't active anymore, but that's a guy I was thinking
Justin
of.
Jackson's 23rd. He's listed as active.
Well, I think he's in the G League or something.
He's listed as active.
I'm just trying to think of draft. Oh, Cam Johnson.
13th.
Okay. Are 4 and 5 active, or 4, 5, and 6?
No. 4, 5, and 6 are not active.
Are they long gone?
Let's see. One retired in. Let's see. I'll give you the draft years. One was drafted.
Tyler Hansbrough, but I don't think he played long enough.
is Tyler Hansbrough. His name isn't even on here. I wonder why. Is that a mistake?
Must be. He's definitely made a 3 in his career.
Yeah. I must just be missing him. No, there he is. Tyler Hansbrough is 60th. He's only made 3.
Wow, I thought he would have made.
He's only, but in
maybe
his
just because he's white.
In his draft class, the same year, the number 4 guy was drafted.
What year was that?
09.
09.
A very
I'm
forgettable.
gonna be pissed.
I would never have gotten this.
That's the Curry draft class. So that's Blake Griffin. James Harden was in that class. Curry, that's Rubio, Johnny Flynn, DeMar DeRozan, Vooch.
Jeez,
Johnny Flynn is the pick before Curry. That's the only reason why I know him. He went to Syracuse.
He was 28th overall. And he has 1,214 threes. I did not know he played this long. He played from 2010 to 2022.
I don't know why, and I think it's the wrong name. Wes Matthews went to UNLV, I think.
Your name Wes Matthews.
Yeah.
It is the first that you got the first letter of the first name right.
White guy?
No.
Was he a good player?
He was there a lot. He played a lot from 2010 to 2022. I'm going to give it to you. Wayne Ellington.
Ah! I should have gotten that. That's gonna hurt.
And 5 and 6.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
That's gonna hurt. 5 and 6, both really good players. Both
long retired?
Yeah, long enough. One guy averaged 18.5 points and 7 rebounds. The next guy averaged 14.4 and 6.7, but is a major personality, major sort of NBA presence. Famous beyond his actual skill just because he's cool as hell.
Kenny Smith?
No, but Kenny Smith is 16th.
I thought that was like for sure.
Number 6 is known for an all-time famous a 3-word basketball quote.
What?
That is still used to this day. Yeah. He coined "Ball Don't Lie."
I don't know.
Rasheed Wallace.
Oh, I didn't know he shot the ball like that.
Oh yeah,
wouldn't have guessed.
Sheed is 6th, and Antoine Jameson is 5th. The others on the list. So Kobe is 7th, and then it's Marvin Williams, Jerry Stackhouse, Raymond Felton, Reggie Bullock.
I should have gone Bullock.
Sam Perkins, Cam Johnson, Rick Fox, Hubert Davis, Kenny Smith, Michael Jordan, Ty Lawson, Cole Anthony.
Should have gone Ty Lawson.
Jeff McInnes, Rashad McCants, Shamond Williams, Justin Jackson, Pete Chilcutt, Nasir Little, Walter Davis, George Lynch, Kendall Marshall, and on and on and on down we go.
I'm happy with my performance.
Yeah, that was really good.
I thought the Marvin Williams poll was pretty. The Danny Green I knew Danny Green had to be
very
way
good
up there. That was too easy.
Very good.
Yeah, I'll consider that a win.
You should. And the next time we talk, we are going to be
hopefully having some news.
Yeah, the next time you hear from us. So stay tuned.
This is the only time where no news is bad news.
Correct. And if something happens and when something happens, even if we pop on just for like a 15-minute episode or something like that, just to deal with one deal, we're going to handle if and when there are deals, we will make sure that we take care of you and put something up there for you. But for now, that's going to do it. Thanks, by the way. Thanks for that Terry memory. I had forgotten that, and that was good. That felt good.
If we didn't stop at his house and I didn't hear all those Terryisms, I would have smelled like ass.
Well, you could handle that on your own anyway. You're very good at that.
At smelling like ass?
Yes, it's one of your many skills.
I really don't. Why do you say this all the time?
No, it's the opposite. You wear too much of that cologne.
I don't wear too much of it. I put on one spray. God, now you're rage baiting me. This is becoming a problem.
Well, I mean,
Deep
What is
breaths.
that? What is that cologne? Yves Saint Laurent. What is it?
Yeah, no, almost had a panic attack earlier today because I couldn't find my wallet, and it was in my coat pocket because I forgot that I wore a coat outside because it's so cold and I'm not used to having a coat. I'm used to it being in my pant pocket. So I was like, where the hell did I put my wallet? And I went, oh, I was wearing a coat. It has to be in the pocket, and it was
Yes.
in the coat pocket.
What does that have to do with Yves Saint Laurent?
No,
Your cologne.
it's why I'm rage baitable today.
Oh, I get it.
I've just it kind of put me on edge, and looking at my degree audit and everything, and figuring out credits and all that stuff.
Oh, that's right. Mom said you're getting it figured out to go to Sweden, right?
Yes,
You're going to go to Sweden and
Yes.
study in Stockholm,
yes.
and you'll have Stockholm syndrome from studying in Stockholm.
Or
And then
hockey.
you'll meet a lovely Swedish woman and come home, or you'll stay there and you'll make a life.
It's not too bad.
You'll make a life for yourself. You'll meet a nice
it's-
Jewish
it-
girl in Stockholm
That
named
Jewish
Inga.
Swedish girl.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Well, if you do,
If I find one, I'm proposing.
yeah, no worries. If they go ahead, then if we're gonna do the wedding out there, Mom can plan it out there. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we can live out there, free healthcare.
That's true. Maybe you'll be a youth hockey coach in Sweden and teach them hard hockey.
I think they're probably. I think
They're okay on hockey
there,
coaches?
Yeah, I think they're all right.
All right, that'll do it. That's OWC number 129. Like it and rate it and subscribe, and we'll get you when we know what the Bulls are doing.
Organizations win championships. A Chicago Bulls podcast with Jason and Dan Bernstein on 312 Sports.